want you to keep going through those, working from side to side. I want you to open up these gluteals. Now, if you wind up in a position where you feel like you want to go a little more to the side, okay, totally fine. Is it soft? Are you hitting the greater trochanter of your femur, this kind of bony knob on the side of your hip here? If you're pressing into bone, not so fun. If you're pressing into skin and pressing into tissue, totally fine. Intense is okay. Pain is not. Intensity gets my attention. Intensity gets my focus. Pain says back off. Right? So, I'm going to turn just a little bit more to the side. Oh, across my legs just because that feels comfortable to me. Oh, right there. Now I can stack my body weight and breathe. And in my case, I'm going to roll back. I'm going to go to the opposite side. I'm going to see if that little bit of a turn, a little bit of a, ooh, yeah, it's tender right there. Oh, oh. And again, no shame. If you need to put down the towel, doesn't matter. You're just simulating, like, what would it be like if you got a session with me and I put my knees in your gluteals? Lie like this. Very, very similar. I just take my time as a body worker to knead through there and help you work out that tension. In this case, I'm just showing you a way of doing this to yourself. It not only helps what we're doing in session as a supplement, but it empowers you to be able to work on yourself when needed. Oh, tender, tender, tender. If you want more, what do? Oh, lift the leg. Oh, move it around. Oh, contemplate the fate of our world in a global pandemic. And the Trump administration. As much or as little as you want. Now, come back to center. I want you to move the legs and hips around, almost like you were massaging your sacrum down on the mat. And from here, I want you to feel, where do you feel more tension? Is it on the right side or the left? It's not a judgment, it's just where you feel it. I feel more on my right side, so I'm going to put the tennis ball over here. I'm going to put it where I think I feel more tension, right there. Don't forget to breathe. You'll always hold your breath when something gets intense. You get stressed, you tend to breathe shallow. I want you to try to fill your ribs. Fill your lungs. Use your diaphragm. Oh. Stack your body just right to hang out in that spot. If you need to move it, shift it a little bit lower. I feel a broad, deep, referred pain all down the outside of my leg. It starts to wrap like into my knee joint on this right side. It's not a judgment, I just notice it. Maybe I just hold tension there. I've been doing a lot of yoga lately. Not as limber, right? I'm going to slowly roll back to center again and move it around. Now, I think at the moment I feel pretty balanced on either side. Both hips feel pretty open, and I wanted to do that to show this to you, to give you more body awareness as we go through these poses, all right? So before we did triangle pose. Yesterday we did triangle pose and we did proud warrior, or warrior 2. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do triangle pose again. So I'm going to stand up at the front of the mat. My feet are facing forward, hips width distance apart. And here's what's going to happen. My hips feel completely different right now. This entire area feels vastly different because of that pressure in my gluteals. I'm going to step back with my left leg. Again, if I follow this line, second toe to heel, it runs right through the arch. This front foot, in my case, the right foot is like this. The left foot is behind it. It's like that line would run right through the arch. Now, I'm going to lift and lengthen both legs. I'm engaging. I'm not like locking the legs per se. I'm just engaging the quads, lifting the kneecap. I'm going to reach forward. Tug of war again, towards the front. Tug of war again, towards the back. Holy moly, my legs feel different. Now, I'm going to reach forward, lifting through here, right? Now, what happens if I bend a little bit? It's okay. It's not quite as deep through the hamstrings, but generally I want you to try to engage the quads. It's going to support the joint over the knee. You're reaching out. Now, triangle. What's the difference in your legs, in your hips? So there is a method to the madness. Using props is a great way to open up your mobility, to increase body awareness, and show you what your nervous system is actually capable of. This is much easier this time than it was before. Long, lengthened spine, arms pulling apart, lifted through the chest. Lift. Now, just like before, come up and switch sides again, just like we did previously. Triangle pose again, opposite side. Find your good balance. You can lift the toes if needed, engage the arch. Reach forward. Reach back. Reach forward. And see how much easier it is on this side. Oh, it just feels, so I feel tension in my legs. I feel tension in my hamstrings, my hips. All of this is just completely mobile. It has a ton of play. Ton of room for me to open up. Don't collapse. Lift. Breathe. And slowly up. Just like yesterday. Toes pigeon just a little bit. Roll down forward. You can bend the knees. Lengthen the spine. And slowly come up. You're going to come up to the front again. Hips width distance between the feet. Good mountain pose. Big breath. And swan dive forward. Step both feet back into plank. And one push-up. Come on. 2 push-ups. 3 push-ups. We do 2 more. Come on. Move it around. Play. Why not? 2 more. And down dog. Walk it out. And slowly turn around, down onto your back again. Now, back to our old friend. Tennis ball, towel. We're going to walk this now into the upper portion of your body. Meaning we're going to go back behind the shoulder blade. I want to give you a better view here. This is all in the flesh. If it's hitting bone, ow, ow, ow. If it's flesh back here, totally fine. We're really going right into infraspinatus. Infra, below red on the light spectrum, infrared. Infraspinatus is below the spine of the scapula. So right in here, I'm going to do it on this side first. If you need the towel, it's totally fine. I'm going to lay this guy down. That's about at my shoulder joint. I want it a little bit lower. Ooh, let's see. I have to roll around a little bit. See if I can find it. Ooh, ooh, so tender. Roll it in. Ooh, right there. Now you can see my shoulder joint is up here. The tennis ball is just a little bit lower. Oh, I get kind of a dull kind of ache down my arm here. I want to be able to lift and move this guy around. Mobilize the arm. Working on there. Ooh. Ooh. Now, lift and roll that off. Just put it down for a second. It already feels different in my shoulder joint. So 2 spots in the upper back. That was around the shoulder blade, right? Now we're going to move it into that constant problem. I'm on the right side of my spine, but I'm between the shoulder blade. Holy moly. Between the shoulder blade and my neck. Just moving around right there. The tennis ball's on the right side. It's not pressing on the spinous processes. It's just to the right. If I want to move my head and neck around, I can. If I want to move the shoulder and shoulder blade, I can deliver more pressure by stacking body weight in different ways. So that's point 2. Now, I want you to move it up. As long as you're on the right side, can you put the tennis ball maybe just to the right side of the base of your skull? Just at the suboccipitals. A little bit of movement there. If you need to put hands around the tennis ball to bounce, you can support the head there and prop. Oh. Oh. Breathe. Now, could you move it down? Sure, you can put this anywhere in the neck that feels good, so long as you're just on the right side, in the posterior, not pressing directly on the spine, just pressing in the muscles. Oh, right there. Whew, man. That took me a second, but that was it. Oh, I feel that in the center of my being. Ooh. There. Now, take this guy out. I'm going to put it on the towel just for a second. Now, as we're laying here, I want you to compare your right upper quadrant here with the left upper quadrant. What's the difference? How does it feel? This side, in my case, what I just worked on, is so open compared to the left. This is where we're trying to go. This is where we're trying to work. This is what we're trying to create in our body, the kind of relaxation. So now I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to reach out now. I'm going to scoop down because of where the microphone is. But now this guy's going to go at the back of my shoulder blade. Again. And if you didn't have a tennis ball, I didn't think about this, but could you put a bar of soap in a rag? Could you find something that was around the same size and just wrap it in a towel? Oh, it's a little more dense on my rotator cuff on this side. I'm going to stack my body weight just on top there. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh, right around the rotator cuff. I'm going to rotate the head of my humerus and get some movement through there, working on through infraspinatus. Ooh, right at the back of the shoulder blade. It was intense, so I'm going to roll off for a second, and I'm going to go into spot 2, which is right at the top. Right at the junction between the shoulder blade, between the neck, maybe go a little bit lower along the paraspinals. So long as you're pressing into the left side of the spine, in the musculature, along the spine. Good spot here. I'm going to go a little bit higher. You can go a little bit lower, depends on you. Oh yeah. Now I can stack body weight in any way to make this more or less intense, depending on what my body needs. That was spot 2. Spot 3, we're going to go up towards the base of the skull, this time on my left side. If I need to, I can put my hands on either side of the tennis ball, just like this, just to surround it, so I got somewhere to support my head. Oh, right there. Oh. And breathe through the nose. If you start to feel uncomfortable in your low back, can you windshield wiper? Can you move around? Yeah. Don't feel like you have to be stuck in place. We're trying to increase mobility, increase awareness and strength. Oh, that's a good spot. I want to move it just a little bit higher, a little bit more towards the center in my case. Oh, right there. Holy moly. And if you want to move it down the neck, so long as you're on the left side, along the muscles there, where do you want to go? Where do you want to press? Totally fine, as long as you're on the left side of the spine at this point. Oh, that's intense. Wow. Get back off just a little bit. Whew. And just like before, take this guy out, put it down on your towel. Now, how do the sides feel? Left to right. What do you notice? Because now my left and right side feel pretty balanced. I don't feel like I'm holding tension in one more than the other. It feels like we're pretty good on both sides. So we're going to move on to the next piece. And we're going to change this for a second. We got this tennis ball out, so I want to use it. We're going to come back to standing, right? We talked about mountain pose, standing in mountain pose, being in mountain pose, proper alignment, right? We don't feel any tension in our feet. No tension in our feet, right? Wrong. Watch this. So put the tennis ball down. I want you to have good balance on your left leg. You're going to step on with the right, and you're just going to massage the plantar surface of your foot, okay? Now, this is just like all the other stuff. It's a little intense, but you don't want to hurt your foot. It's not pain, it's not sharp, just massaging the bottom of your foot. Tons of this self-massage in my yoga classes. In fact, I asked my students at one point if we could stop calling it yoga, and they said, are we going to do the same stuff? I said, yeah. And they said, yeah, we don't care. Yoga has gotten a weird change in the last 10 years or so in discussions about what it is, its background, its history, its cultural background. Massaging the bottom of my foot. Now, if you find a good spot and you're like, oh man, right there, hang out. You can roll the tennis ball around. You can move in the plantar surface of the foot, right in there. Ooh. You can lean down with a little bit more pressure if you want. And feel free, it's almost like my tarsals, like the foot bones are just gently kind of molding around. Like I'm feeling some movement through there. Just working on the bottoms of my foot. Now, put this guy to the side, and I want you to do mountain pose again. So you're going to stand up front and check this shit out. I know you're going to be amazed. Now, tell me, how does the right foot feel compared to the left? Does the right foot feel more grounded? Does it feel more spacious? Does it feel more open? Lift your toes, engage the arches. Do you feel more rooted on that left side? So, now we're going to do left side. Same thing, but we're going to make the left foot feel as good as this right foot does now. Wow, it's so open. Right in here. Working through the plantar surface of the foot. Oh, it's a little bit tighter on this side, to me. My left foot feels a little tighter, a little bit more tense, a little bit more dense, restricted. Feels a little bit more intense on this side as I press. Ooh, trying to find a good spot. Oh man, right in there. Ooh. Ooh, right in there. Oh. Ooh, right at the top, right where my heel is, right where those muscles go in and insert. Oh, right in there. Now that I've got some pressure there, it's almost like the tarsals are spreading over the tennis ball. I'm just engaging some movement, moving the toes, moving the tarsals through there. Whew, that was intense. Now, a little more to the inside, a little more to the outside. Here we go. Back in the center. Wow. So much tension right there. You could easily spend 5 to 10 minutes a foot doing this. Easily. Very, very easy. Once you start learning the basics of musculoskeletal anatomy and start working with your own body, lots of benefits to your sense of well-being, your overall mood. Now, I'm going to roll this guy out of the way. Now, mountain pose. Holy moly. Close your eyes for a second. Feel how connected you are to the ground now. The difference in your feet specifically. Really, really open. So, for this next piece, I want you to roll down into where you feel tension. If it was in your gluteals, you can work there. If it was in your upper back, you can work there. If it was in your neck, you can work there. I'm going to have to check and see what our time is. I can't even see it. Yeah, coming up on 7 minutes. So I'm going to walk you along towards Shavasana. I want you to pick a spot wherever you want, self-massage, the spots that we've already done. You're just going to work on yourself for a second as I get you guys ready for Shavasana. So you can work in the gluteals again. You can work in the rotator cuff. You can work in the upper back. You can work in the neck. Does not matter. Myself, I'm going to do a headstand. Work on yourself slowly. Feel the tennis ball sink in and create space. Breathe through your nose. Feel free to move it around. Hit another spot if you need to. Where do you feel the tension? That's what we're trying to release first and foremost. When I teach yoga, I've got to make you feel better. If I can't make you feel better, I've lost the battle. Lost the battle with stress and tension. I want to open that up, create space, make you feel nice. And onto your back. You can move this guy again to the side. Just going to walk you through Shavasana, just like we did yesterday. That last pose. So, I'm going to lift my head and neck up, kind of to take away any curve almost in the neck. Just means I'm lifting, lengthening the neck, letting it find a normal space. I'm going to press the back of the head down and then tuck the shoulder blade down and under. Tuck the other shoulder blade down and under. Tuck the shoulder blades. I'm going to lift with my feet and roll out my lumbar spine. Legs a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. You can let them fall open. If you need to bend your legs for your low back, feel free. Now, squeeze the feet. Contract and squeeze, and after a big in-breath, exhale, let the feet go. Then calves, point the toes, squeeze the calves, tightening the lower leg, and on an exhale, relax, release, let go. The quads, you're going to straighten your legs, lifting the kneecap, your heels may lift. Squeeze the fronts of the legs. And as you exhale, relax, release, unwind. And right into the gluteals. As you do this, your hips are going to lift, squeeze your bottom. And on the exhale, relax, allow your sacrum to rest down on the ground. Moving our way up the body, we're going to engage the abs, squeezing the navel down towards the abdomen, down towards the spine and the floor. As you exhale, release, let go. Then to open the chest, press the shoulder blades. Press the shoulder blades down into the floor. Squeeze the scapula, squeeze the shoulder blades, press them down, kiss the floor with the shoulder blade. And as you exhale, relax and unwind. Then the arms, open the hand big, press the backs of the hands down, contract the tricep, press down, squeeze the arms. And let it go as you exhale. Then, right into the neck. My neck, there's this long length here. I'm going to press the back of my head down.